My goodness. It's specials. Welcome to the veritable edge of Western civilization yet again. I am your host. What's his name? Some would call Who's he? What's he? David Alexander English. Venice Beach, California. So this is Thursday, June 4th, 2015. And this is show number 184, which has only taken probably about a week and a half to happen. For a plethora of reasons. I've started the show, I think this is the third time, and I actually shot a show called number 184, and went through the whole show and everything. Thought it was great, and it turned out that it didn't save. I tried it on this little iPhone mini pad. iPad mini thing, and it didn't happen.
You know the guy that sells buttons is?
No. Okay. Thank you.
I follow you on Instagram, by the way. You're awesome. I just wanted to let you know.
Thank you.
No worries.
Thank you. So, I don't know if you heard that, but apparently I'm awesome. And which is always good to know. It's random people saying that you're awesome. So yeah, this is great. It's finally get to do the show again. Yippee! Hey. This has been a tremendously productive time in my life the past few weeks, months. And the projects are piling up in various stages of completion. But it's been, and often I think, okay, what's happening? What should I talk about? And it looks like on the outside there's not a whole lot happening, but on the inside there's major things occurring. And these creative projects kind of take up my mental and spiritual landscape. So I'll talk about it some more. Let's this is the latest painting. And I actually filmed me painting the background before putting on the sacred geometry, and that was the show that didn't happen. And then the two other times I tried to start the show is when I painted these. Hello. And so yeah, this is an exercise, and it's all done with circles, creating a pentagram of circles, and it seems to be pretty captivating. Just playing with it. Let's start another one, shall we? I don't smoke, man. I can't tell you. Hey there. Are you watching me?
Yes.
Yeah, that's because it's on the laptop. Okay. Not trying to do this thing anymore. I'm just like over it. And I'm in a good.
Wait, sorry. It's 184, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay. It's just a little delayed. No, that can't be right. It's not the same thing as what's in front of you, unless you just rolled a. Oh, did you just roll up something?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. It's delayed or something?
Yes.
Oh,
See?
okay.
There you are.
Okay.
It's happening. Hello. Life is good. No matter what they say, wherever they are.
Exactly.
Hey, who's born here? Fondling is encouraged. This is the one place you can get away with fondling. Yes, that is an innuendo. Or an innuendo. Innuendo. Okay, we're playing with words here. What we do. So this is weird that I can hear what happened, 2 minutes ago? That's way cool. Life is a time machine, did you know?
Oh, I'm definitely getting surprised by it. That's
Yeah.
for sure, yeah.
Look at that. So, haven't set up on the boardwalk in 2 days. The first day was intentional. I spent the day, this is one of those creative projects I was talking about. I spent the day, okay, I'll tell the whole story. So the other day, on Sunday, I talked to my sister on the phone, and for some reason I started to tell her this story about a book project that I'd started a number of years ago that has been bugging me for years. And the book project is called The Immortal. And I thought it might be, when it first came to me, I thought it was a novel. And then I thought it was a short story. And I put it in a collection of short fiction called The Immortal and the Book of Daydreams. And I kind of just left it because the story wasn't finished. It kept bugging me. It felt like it had to go somewhere. You know, it really wanted to be a novel. That was the thing. Right? It didn't like the downgrade. Kind of like Pluto, if you know what I'm talking about. And but it's been years, you know, and every once in a while I'll get an idea and I'll add it to what I've written already in the manuscript on my computer. And for some reason I was talking to my sister about this. Oh, I know why. So, you know, I talked about these two books here, right? This is Divine Metaphysics 101. This is Divine Metaphysics 102, and I'm in the process of writing Divine Metaphysics 103. And I've been publishing it for I guess it was like 43 days straight. I published whatever came to mind that day with a photograph. It's on my Facebook page and whatnot. And so for the past couple of weeks, I've been editing all that together, and now I'm in the process of continuing the format of these books, where each page is a photograph, right? Such that each page is actually a poster. I'm now in the process of taking what was written, the text, and putting it onto original photography, which, you know, at this rate, there's probably about 200 pages, and I'm on page number 28, and it takes about, last night I was working at a rate of about 4 pages an hour. So hopefully in the next week or two, I'll have, barring the unforeseen and all the distractions of the world, I will have worked my way through all that. That's if I don't, you kind of accelerate things a little bit by by taking another couple of days off on the boardwalk. So anyway, I had this idea that it might be really interesting if I either make Divine Metaphysics 103 into a story or put some of the book into a story. So, sure. So, so what ended up happening is I was telling my sister this whole thing, this whole inspiration. And, well, look at that. Look at that.
Sunset.
Isn't it beautiful?
It is. It's beautiful.
It's called Learning to Fly. And there's a print of it too in the little one right over here. And also in the bigger size. It's part of a series. There's also Learning to Land this year. And you see the blue one? There? That's Learning to Fly. Small. I am he. He is me. We are one. Yes. And I make music. Yeah. It's crazy. It's a veritable creation factory. Okay.
It can't be.
Andy. Yeah. So there's the yellow version of it too, right there on the board.
Which is this one? What's this one?
Integrity 2, and it is $50. I took the print and spray mounted it onto this particle board that's made out of recycled wood from Canada, and I painted the edges and then covered the whole thing with a urethane lacquer. So it's a little bit more labor intensive than just putting it in a frame, you know. The inspiration for it is a manhole cover on the boardwalk that's 100 years old.
Really?
Yeah. And was founded in the Keystone Foundry in the Valley. And whoever designed it knew sacred geometry because it's a basic design in sacred geometry, the squaring of the circle, where the perimeter of the circle and the area of the square are equal. That's not gonna. Well, that was very. You got the magic, baby. That's precarious.
Sorry.
This time I was in a forest fire, and all these people responded to the forest fire to how to try to put it out, and we didn't have any buckets or anything like that, But luckily, the forest fire was right next to a stream, so we had like a styrofoam cooler, right? And everybody, we filled up the cooler and ran over to the fire, and everybody like took a cloth or their T-shirt or whatever, wet their clothes, and then beat the flames, And we within 20 minutes we put the fire out.
So it was the start of a forest fire. It wasn't.
Oh yeah. But see, when you first come upon it, you don't know how big it is. You can't see how far back those flames go, right? And you don't know what side you're on with regards to things. I mean, it took an acre. It took out an acre, and there were about 15 people. That just random people showed up and started dealing with it. It was an amazing moment because this was at a rainbow gathering in Florida, and rainbows in general, we call one another brother and sister, right? So this is the most polite fire brigade I've ever heard in my life because everybody's like, brother, hand me that thing, and sister, people running around like crazy in the woods, brother, it was hilarious. I even laughed in the middle of while we were fighting this fire, right? We put it out, finally get it out, and then the rain starts, and the Forest Service showed up, and they actually started the fire again. I know, look at those faces. Look at those faces. It makes no sense. They wanted to kind of because the fire had kind of made a little island of stuff that wasn't burned. So they wanted to kind of even it out. Yeah, exactly.
All that work.
They needed to fix it. Your little Virgo selves. They was like, oh no, this is the geometry's not right here. We need to it needs to be square. So they squared it by burning the rest of the square. It was, you know. Anyway, we all lived happily ever after.
Have you heard of Smokey the Bear?
Yeah, it's from right here.
Well, my dad in Capitan, New Mexico, was a little town where the mother had gotten killed in a forest fire, and they found a little baby Smokey. And that's what the Smokey the Bear Museum is. And my dad was on duty when that happened. He was in the kitchen, but he was there.
He's like, I was there.
He was
in the kitchen.
he was singing hash.
Yeah, it's
I thought that happened in the Angeles National Forest over here.
I thought it happened in Capitan, New Mexico.
Ah, well.
So we'll have to.
Yeah, why was it? Oh, in New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Where is this?
Little town called Capitan.
Where is that?
It's up by the White Sands is kind of near
Oh,
there.
southern New Mexico. Yeah, right.
Drive a couple hours, you're down in El Paso. It's
Yeah,
a little mountain town.
Yeah. I actually, you might want to look this up because
I heard there was one
there's a connection with the Angeles National Forest just east of here.
I am
So
too. I just saw the Smokey the Bear Museum is there. Capitan thinks they found him first, so maybe we can.
yeah, we
They're
could fight it
sharing
out.
it.
We could duke this out right here, right now, baby.
Do you like we're visiting? So if I contact you, can I send it shipped to me?
What do you want?
I love the circle with the heart. I love that.
Circle with the heart and the geometry.
Corner next to learning to fly.
Oh, this right here.
Sitting. That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can send that to you. It's $1,200.
$1,200. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to start saving
Apparently.
because I like that one.
Alrighty
And
then.
I'm saving for that one.
Okay.
So don't feel bad. That was $2,000 at least.
It's $2,500. Yeah.
That's okay. I like that one.
Right.
That works. And I got your Instagram thing.
Right. Yeah, you can also get one of these. These are $15.
But did you get that in a small one?
Let's look here. No. See, they're both the 12 harmonic, right? They're both based on 12 points on a circle, 5 degrees apart. I mean, 30 degrees apart. And writing out the
I keep looking back at it.
yeah. Okay, you see that piece up there? So that's a 12 harmonic. And it's 12 points in a circle, all connected to one another. And that is those lines being extended out to the edge of the canvas. Whereas that one is, as I said before, the square in the circle. I will follow you. I will follow you.
Yeah, I follow you.
I'm almost following you now.
Oh, okay.
David. Right.
I follow you.
Right. That's how it works. Dang it. It's my agreement with the universe. Follow those people. Yep, you too. Alrighty. So, yep, you too. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the immortal, right? So I started to tell my sister the story on Sunday, and the wind is moving the computer. So if I'm moving around, it's not really neat. What can I do here? Maybe we can do something like. That's an idea. Stabilizing, stabilizing. Got a project here. Maybe if I move that back there, that'll block the wind. Yay! Good job, David. Thank you. All right, so what happens is then I tell my sister the story. I started telling her, you know, everything that I'd gotten up to that point, and the story kept going, you know, and I started to just make it up. And what I made up sounded really good. It sounded like, hey, this is what this story needs to be. And I just kept going on, and every once in a while I'd stop and say, hey, Chris, so it's just, does this sound interesting? He says, oh, this is great, don't stop. And so I just kept talking. And so anyway, I made the story and got it going in the right direction. And finally I just said, you know, I'm gonna leave it there because I know where it's going, and I want to save that for when I'm actually writing it down. And so for 2 days I was, you know, working on this other book and thinking, okay, I won't start that story until I finish the Divine Metaphysics 103. But then I dreamt about it. And so they're saying, you have to write this, you have to write it down, just write it down, just take the time, write it down. And something said, you know, nobody was buying anything. I went a couple of days without selling anything out here, and the weather was kind of cold. I just got tired of the wind and the cold and everything. I was like, I'm not going to go out there today. I'm going to go straight to the internet cafe and write my brains out. So I went to the internet cafe. I think it was on Tuesday or whatever. And I just wrote for 14 hours. Wrote everything that I, you know, yeah. So that project's coming along nicely, which, by the way, makes 2 books out of that, because remember that book called the Book of Daydreams, the collection of short fiction? Well, that's got to be its own book now, you know. So I started to edit that into publishing shape as well. So I don't know. There's this flurry of, if I counted it all up, there's like 6 books. Like, and they're all going to be coming out pretty soon. Like, I mean, they're all really close to the end of the writing process and editing process. So, which means that they're very close to the publishing point of publishing, self-publishing. So stay tuned. That's all I'm saying. Well, it looks like we got about 20 minutes before, I would say it's probably less than that, probably more like 15 minutes before the sun dips below the Santa Monica Mountains. So before that happens, I want to put some paint on this baby and get it started for tomorrow. Yes. There you are. The magic brush. today. Still in a good way. There we go. Well, let's be on the safe side. All right. So you might wonder, how did I get 6 books out of that? Well, there's those two, the Immortal, there's the Book of Daydreams, there's Divine Metaphysics 103, which is actually 3 books. One is just the text, and that's already done. And then, because it's 200 pages of text, I have to keep the full color photograph books below 100 pages, or around 100 pages. So there's no way, it would be a really prohibitively expensive book for you to buy if it was full color, all in one thing. So, hello. So I divided into book 1 and book 2, and so that's 3 books right there. And then there's this other book, the sequel to this, Emergence Beyond. Can you make that out? Emergence Beyond. And the sequel is called Natural History, Emergence Beyond Book 2. And that one is the one I've been working on for the past 2 years or more. And it's about, you know, where are we, literally? And where are we going? What's happened on the planet? What's the natural history of what's happened on the planet? And what's it look like it's going to happen? Where are we going? In other words, it tries to answer the question, what's really going on here? And I'm really excited about that. Because that's also going to be a documentary that I'll be shooting in a couple of weeks. So, yes. That sounds like Japanese. Yep. We're losing it. We're losing it. Pull up, Luke. Pull up. Low battery. What do you mean low battery? That's weird. It's 70% when we started. Okay. Oh, we'll have to go with this. Keep shining on the blue. Yeah. Well, the sun just dipped. We are running out of battery and drawing to a close this edition of Life on Planet Earth. So, you might be wondering, where is this going? And I got to tell you, I don't know. But I will tell you that I saw this in my mind's eye the other day, and I guess we'll just have to figure it out together, won't we? So, sun has set, and we will close this out and say, hope to see you again tomorrow, if not next week. So, there, take that. Remember, we love you.